cartoons on the last Saturday before Christmas. Oh my gosh, it is almost here, as my kids are constantly reminding me. So happy Saturday, happy December, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. That is 8 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. I'm in the Los Angeles area. So if you are joining us from the West Coast, good morning. If you are joining us from the East Coast, good afternoon. And we have Megan here helping us today. And then I see we got Monica here in Rhode Island. So good afternoon, Monica. Hello. And we're going to be playing with some beautiful mixes that Megan helped put together today. It's one of the bead soup mixes, and we're also going to be giving it away. So that's fun too. So this is something we're going to be working with today because it's green. It's one of my favorite colors. You guys can tell I love my greens. This is the Enchanted Garden mix, and we're going to give it away here at the end of the show as well. So that'll be fun. Hello, Gina and Denise and Teresa in LA and Tina in Idaho. Good morning. And Carolyn in Oregon and Kathleen. Hello, Ellen. Good morning. I love it when you guys put where you're from. It's so fun to see that. Gail, good morning. Tina's in Louisiana. Oh, that's fun. So here in LA, you're going to see it when I flip my camera down real quick. It is a very fall feeling day here. We have fog. At least in my neck of the woods, we've got fog and the leaves are coming down. It's a little misty out. It's really fun. Hello, Debbie in Michigan and Nanette in Texas. Hello, LJ. Tracy, good morning. And Sue and Cheryl in Pennsylvania. Hello, Mary in Oklahoma. Merry Christmas. I know, I love this time of year. It's so much fun. Good morning, BJ in Ohio. Oh my gosh, this is fun reading where everyone's coming from. Hello, Marilyn in Oregon. Hello. Ilka, hello, in Minnesota. So I grew up almost exclusively on the West Coast. So I started in the Seattle area. I've been in the California and San Francisco and LA. And I also lived in Texas. I lived in Austin for almost a year. My husband had a job there, so we were in Austin. And then I've lived in Portugal. So I kind of have stayed mainly on the West Coast, venturing out a little bit and then overseas. So it's really fun. I love reading where everyone's coming from. Hello, Kimberly in Kansas. Hello, and Dominique. Oh, you're about 3 hours from Seattle. Oh, I love that. Seattle's fun because for 3 hours, you can go to Canada, you could go to Oregon, you can go to the mountains and get snow, you could go to the rainforest. Seattle is really like that whole Western Washington. It's a wonderful area. Oh my gosh, it's so fun reading this. I'm glad you guys are putting where everybody's coming from. Hello, Laura. Oh, LJ, you're in Austin. Austin's beautiful. Oh my gosh. And the food in Austin is amazing. That's one of the things I miss so much is that food in Austin is spectacular. Hello, Jackie in Maryland, and Tanya's in Lake Worth. Oh, this is good. I love seeing this. Santa Barbara girl, good morning. And Del Ree, I hope I'm saying that right, in North Dakota. Hello, and Kat is in Colorado. Oh, Aurora, Colorado. I've heard that's beautiful. My nephew recently moved to Colorado, so I'm starting to kind of learn the area, and he's expecting. So we're kind of like, oh, yay, we're going to get to go out there more. All right, guys, I'm going to flip my camera down in just a minute. What we're going to be working on today is a vintage-inspired chain bracelet. We're going to be doing a bit of designing together, so we'll make some design choices together. So what started it, because I always kind of like to share my design process, this is what started it. There's this lovely old postcard with this girl on it. And this one isn't stamped. A lot of my postcards have stamps. So they're dated like 1901, 1903. I pick them up at flea markets, especially when I travel. And if I'm traveling abroad, especially, you can find these at flea markets and like boot sales and things like that. So I always pick these guys up because I love them. And so I pulled my color palette inspiration from this postcard, but I am pairing it with this chain because I really wanted to use it. It is called an antique style, so it has this like etching in it. It looks really vintagey. So I'll flip my camera down in a minute. We can see the beads that we're going to play with. We are going to do the giveaway today. And so that will be fun as well. And the giveaway is going to be for this right here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful bead mix, 100 grams. As always, everything I'm working with is preloaded into that shopping bag. So if you have a question about size, color, price, any of that, It's right there. You can add it right to your shopping cart from that shopping bag. If you have a question, please put it in the comments. If I can't get to it, I know Megan can. Sometimes they scroll by a little too fast for me and I don't see them, but she's really great at grabbing them and answering them or pinning them, and she could provide more links. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, please pop on over here to Art Beads. That way when you comment, I can see it. I know Megan is trying to catch some of those comments, but it's really hard. So if you are over here on Art Beads, when you comment, we can see them live in real time. You also have to be here for the giveaway. So you have to be on Art Beads to be entered in the giveaway as well. So that's another quick note. I know giveaways are great, right? Karen, we love giveaways. I love it. And Megan, you guys, you have Megan to thank for the giveaways, because I tend to focus on getting the project ready. And then I'm like, I tend to overlook the giveaway. And then Megan's like, what about a giveaway? We need to do a giveaway. So Megan is the one to thank for the giveaways. And then other quick notes, there's that little heart button if you like what you see, and then the share arrow. You can also share it to yourself if you want to save it. And then what else? Oh yeah, the shows are always saved and archived. You can always go back and watch the replay. I know, Megan rocks, absolutely. And Megan's saying, I love a good giveaway. So yes, Megan is the one to definitely thank for the giveaway. She is really good about being like, what about a giveaway? Okay, a couple quick other notes, and then we're gonna get going and flip the camera down. We are having a gift with purchase. With every single purchase is a beautiful strand of fire polish beads. So every purchase gets that today. So that's fun. We're having a flash sale on our Rapid Loom. I'm going to show that real quick here in a minute because it's super cool. It's a great, maybe new jewelry making endeavor for the new year. If you want to get that, it's a really good flash sale on that. And then we're also having a sale up to 20% off all seed beads. So lots of fun stuff happening as always. Okay, let's flip the camera. You guys are going to see my foggy backyard. Very foggy. It's all drippy and misty out there. All right, let's see what we've got today. All right. Oh, wow, Jane, that's wonderful. Okay, best of luck at the fair today. I hope it's very, very successful. All those people wanting to get last minute Christmas gifts. Best of luck. All right. So let me show you the Rapid real quick, because I just want to show that super fast before we begin, because I happen to have it here. This is the box. So the box looks like this. This is the Rapid Loom that we're having on our flash sale. And the box is very like colorful, and it shows like all these little flowers and stuff, but you can elevate your designs, because the designs that you can make with it look like this. So these were done on the Rapid Loom. So you can make really beautiful gemstone jewelry, very elegant. This is a Raven's Journey button. And I have a previous class on this, so you can always go back and rewatch. And here is another thing you can do on it. So you can make really beautiful wrapped style bracelets on the Rapid Loom. And so that's our flash sale today. So I just wanted to show real quick because it's a really fun item and it's a great price. Okay, so what's the difference between the Rapid Loom on sale and the one that's blue and long? Okay, I think I know exactly what you're talking about, Monica. So there was a old Rapid Loom that was more of a transparent blue. So let me see. So you see this one here is like this kind of mint color. The old style was like transparent blue and really long, and that style was discontinued by the manufacturer. So it does the same technique and it's like the same result. You can still make bracelets like this with both of them. The one that we have now is the only one that's available from the manufacturer right now, and the other style is discontinued. I've done a couple shows on it, so if you want to see how to set up this style, there is a different setup from the old style, but it's very easy to work with for sure. But yeah, so the difference is actually how it's structurally made, how you set it up, but you can create the same results on both. Good question though. Yeah, because we were very confused for a while too. As like designers, we were like, wait, what's going on here? This doesn't look the same. And it's because the manufacturer actually discontinued the old one. And then I think I missed a question. can I still make a belt length? So in order to make a belt length, I think you're gonna need multiple looms connected together. There is a way of connecting multiple looms together. They actually link together to make an extended long track. And I think that that's when you're going to be able to make a longer belt length. So great questions though. Can you make earrings on the loom? Yes, you could make earrings on the loom. I haven't done it before, but you could definitely do a swatch where you start and end here with like a little loop, and then you make a shorter length, and then you can hang that from an earring hook. Or maybe you could do like a hoop somehow. I wonder if you could somehow do a hoop as well. I haven't done it though, but I always find that there's a way of doing something if you set your mind to it. And knowing how that loom is set up, I do feel like you'd be able to make earrings. Really good questions. So definitely ask away. Anyone who has questions about the loom or anything else, even if it's not what we're talking about today in the show, feel free to ask, because this is like a great opportunity where we can all, you know, talk things out, share our knowledge. I can share my knowledge. Megan can share hers. The community can share. So it's a really good idea. I love the idea of doing an earring tutorial on it. I think that would be really fun. Maybe I can do that in a couple weeks. I can try to set up a earring tutorial. I like that. Okay, so here's my postcard. I don't know why the person wrote the price on there. I'm like, oh, why do you guys write on vintage paper? But here is my postcard. And so I started to pull out beads that I thought complemented this nicely. So these were perfect. These are Raven's Journey. And they've got this little bit of like a yellow center with that pretty aqua. And then I found this check fire polish as well. And this has the nice kind of yellow of her headband with the pretty blue and aqua. Also have this one, and these are all in the shopping bag as well, so you can see their sizes and all. And these are all check glass beads. So this is how I design. I start layering, and then I also have this, and this is what we're going to give away today. And this was just perfect. And so let me dump this out into one of my little cups. Yeah, I can't resist buying vintage postcards. I love them so much. All right, so this is the Enchanted Garden mix, and this is going to be what we're giving away today. So one person is going to win this beautiful mix of beads. What I particularly like are these little flower beads. I think those are so cute, whether you're using them as a bead cap or a little dangle, whatever it may be. Those little flowers are great. There's also these little like dime beads right here. Super cute. So lots of good greens in here. So this, of course, accents that beautifully. And then I pulled in this tube of seed beads as well. I thought that was a really pretty little bit lighter color. I do have some, now this is a really old tube. You would get a new tube. These are Delicas, silver line crystal. I thought if we just needed a little bit more sparkle. I also have some Tohos, so that would just give us a little lighter and brighter. So this is the color palette I was building. And I really wanted to do the antique copper with this. So I have this antique copper chain, and you can see that etching. And so that looks very vintagey, old world, really pretty. Now it does come in 4 color finishes total. I also have the antique silver here that I can show you guys, because this would have been really pretty in antique silver as well. So if you're not a copper person, you can do this exact same color palette in the antique silver, and you can see what that looks like. So again, that etching really comes across. And then I thought, well, do I need anything more? Because this is what I started with. So I did pull for us if we want to use it or not. There was another mix, and it's this citrusy mix, because I actually thought if we wanted to add any other colors, we can talk about it. This had a bunch of beautiful colors that would go with it. Or I have this right here, and this is a really pretty little gemstone. So we can see what we want to add. So what do you guys think? Should we add the citrus? Should we add the gemstone? Because this is what the gemstone looks like. It's a really pretty little strand. Oh, I'm saying yes to the gemstone. Okay. Oh, yes to the gemstone. Okay, let's do the gemstone then. I haven't had a chance. I don't think I've cut this one open yet. It's really pretty, guys. Okay, gemstone, gemstone. All right, we're going to put this mix aside for another thing, but we will do the gemstone. So let's put that now into our collection. And so this here is our color palette for the day. They're so yummy. All right, I love this. I think this is really pretty. Okay, so let's pull this apart now so we can start to design. Okay, and so if you're ever looking for color inspiration, old paper goods, old postcards, old, my gosh, even like vintage tiles, any of that stuff, old advertisements, their color palettes are really beautiful, usually old fabric swatches, wallpaper swatches. I look to all those different things for color palette inspiration. Oh, thank you, Ellen. And then there is the little bit of yellow. So there is just a little bit of yellow in here, which is what we see here in this color here palette as well. So there's just a little bit of yellow. And so we do have a little bit of it. You could definitely pump up the yellow and add maybe a little light yellow seed bead, like maybe like a kind of between a yellow and a cream. So not like a true lemon, but like a soft yellow would be nice. All right, so here's what we've got. I have a bunch of findings you can see on my treasure mat right here. I got a bunch of different jump rings. I have these little guys. And then I've got a ton of head pins, and I have a lobster clasp for us today. And then we've got this beautiful chain. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to get my camera right here. Okay, I also have in front of me 22 gauge wire. Now, I have in the shopping bag 20 gauge. I would rather be using 20 gauge. I don't have it on hand here. So in this case, what I have in mind of maybe doing is creating some little links of the flowers between the chain. I would use the 20 gauge that is in the shopping bag, but I don't have it here. So I'm going to use 22 if we decide to use it. So a note on this chain, it's got really strong links, if you look at those guys. So I'm actually not going to use my cutters to cut it. The way I'm going to separate out my links is by pulling them apart, sacrificing a link, which you would have to do anyways if you cut it, but I'm going to use my chain nose pliers. And this works well with heavier chain. And of course, I didn't bring a ruler, which is just very much like me. So I'm going to use my wrist to kind of measure this. And then the clasp is going to add a bit. So I would probably need about this much chain for my bracelet if I didn't add any links. So let's just start with this and then see if we want to add some links. But at this point, it would just be like a beautiful, almost like a charm bracelet if we did this. All right, so here we go. So you see how there is a little opening on each. These are open jump rings. So I'm going to grab it from one side. And I don't know if anyone else has ever separated out chain this way, but this is what I've done when I worry that it's going to hurt my cutters. So I'm grabbing on either side of that little opening and I'm pulling it apart. And if you can see here, I just pulled that link apart and can now separate out my chain. And that way I didn't have to worry about my poor cutters. I was like, oh, I don't want to ruin them. So easy to do, not hard at all when we do it that way. So what do you guys think? Should we create some little links? Like this is the foundation for our bracelet. We're going to end up cutting it down some more. Should we create some little links in here? Maybe 3 of them with these pretty little flowers and then like a bunch of dangles because we've got a bunch of beautiful beads to create dangles with, so we can create a lot of movement and it's going to have a fun sound to it as well. Can you close that link and use it? Let's try it. Good question. It's a pretty link. Yep. Yep, you can close it right back up. So that's kind of nice too, because then if you make a mistake and you cut it a little, or not cut it, but separate it out, not at the place you ended up wanting it, you could always kind of go back and fix it. So that's nice. Yes to links. Okay, let's cut this open. And these are beautiful. So you see what these look like. And these are kind of going to be the nice foundation. So let's do 3 of them. So let's see. We're going to do 3 links in between. And we're going to use some wire. So how many chain links do we want between each? And we might have to adjust this a little bit. We're kind of just playing here. So it's going to take up the length of 3 or 4 chain links. So let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's try to have 7 intact links between each flower. Oh, good morning, Julie. Cold Colorado. Oh, I wish it was cold here. I know it's terrible to complain when you have warmer weather, but it doesn't feel like Christmas when it's sunny out and warm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to separate out on the 8th link. Okay. Yeah, the Raven's Journey. I was just reading everyone's comments on the Raven's Journey. They're so pretty. Okay, let's see if that was wide enough. Okay. All right, so there we've got 7 intact links. Let's do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. I'm really glad I got to use this chain. I did that like favorite chain show a couple weeks ago, and this one was on it, and I knew I wanted to be able to use it. So here we go. That's what it looks like up close. Yeah, PJ, you're right there with me. Warm, sunny Christmases, which is good. I mean, it does mean you could go on walks and stuff, but I don't know. I want the postcard. I want the snow and the cold and the mittens and the fireplace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what, Jackie, I did and I didn't. I know what you're saying about accounting for the loops to add length. I think they are going to add a bit of length for us. I kind of was conservative in the sizing here, so I think I'm going to be okay, but you're right, I might not be. So maybe what we're going to do is I think we should start connecting these right now to see where we're at, and then maybe on the end ones, we might need to shorten them a little bit. So we'll keep this. But good point of like accounting for your loop making and any other beads that you do. Okay, so I am trying to think now if I want to directly attach this via its wrapped wire loop, or if I want to attach it via a jump ring. I think let's do it via its wrapped wire loop. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a pretty generous amount of this. Now you're gonna be doing 20 gauge wire. 22 would work as well, what I have here. So I think 22, 20, you don't want it to be too thin though for the scale of this project. I would probably not do like a 26 or 28. Okay, my links are a little bit on the thicker side that I'm gonna be connecting to. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a little bit bigger loop than I normally do. Again, I'm kind of looking at the scale. So I'm gonna go a little further back on my pliers here. And pinch, push down, because I kind of want to see if I can make my loop almost the same size as the chain links. So you see here what we've got, and where's that one we closed? So similar. So kind of it is, I want it to feel like it belongs there. And I see we just had a bunch of people joining us. That's wonderful. Thank you. This is our inspiration for today, this postcard. And then also we're going to do a giveaway here at the end for this beautiful enchanted garden bead mix here, this bead soup. Okay, so what we're going to do, ooh, I love that. I do a lot of dream catchers and macrame and jewelry. That's beautiful. I always want to learn to really do macrame well because I feel like I'm not very good at it. I have to practice. Or micro macrame is just beautiful. All right, so if you could see what I did is before I made my wraps, I just put the end link of one of my chain links onto here. Close it on up. And just do a couple wraps. I don't feel like I want to overdo the wrapping here. I want to keep it a little bit tighter. So that is going to work. And especially if you're using 20 gauge, it is going to get to be a little difficult to do your wrappings. So just remember that you don't have to do a bunch of them. Okay. And then let's put on one of these little spacer beads. Let's add a little bit more copper next to our pretty flower. So this is what it's looking like so far. And I can already tell this, because I feel like this needs more happening right here, I'm probably going to want to add the dangles here to this loop at the end. So we'll go back when we start to add our extras and add it to that. So here's what we got thus far. And then Jackie, I think you're right, because I did do a bigger loop. This is going to add a lot more length to this little center, this little link. So we might need to cinch up the size of, or the length of these guys. So we'll see what we're going to do. All right, again, I'm going to go a little further back. I'm going to try to remember where I went on my pliers so that my loops are equal. And hopefully this is about right. By the time we get this all put together and all this stuff on, it's not going to matter if it's exactly perfect, but it's pretty good. Okay, another link. Let's open that up a little bit more. It's not going on too easily there, so let's open that up. Slide it on. Oh yeah, you could double wrap the wire connector to make it look beefy. Oh yeah, I think you could do that. That's a good idea. Okay. What you could also do, and maybe I'll do it on this one. Here I was saying I was going to keep the wraps kind of tight and simple. You could also do a lot more wrapping here. So let's try it what a lot more wrapping would look like, because that would also beef it up, like here. And we're just going to pretend we have this on both sides. And your 20 gauge, if you're using 20 gauge, will be heavier. But here you can see what a thicker wrap looks like, which is actually kind of nice. So maybe we'll do the heavier wraps. Okay. So we've got this. So you can actually really see the difference here between a thicker, more substantial wrap and the more delicate wrap. So it's a personal preference. Here's the more delicate one. Here's the thicker one. I think I like the thicker one. It adds a little bit more copper right there. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to pretend that this one was done like that. So now let's go ahead and make another one. All right, so I think Jackie's comment about this is adding a lot of length for the loops is very much accurate. So I think we need even shorter amounts of chain between our links. And I'm gonna think maybe we just need 5 intact chain pieces between each, because I'm starting to lay this out. And that's gonna get to be really long for a bracelet. So let's go ahead and fix that right now. So, because we haven't done anything yet where we can't kind of easily alter this. So let's try, instead of 7 links between each, let's try 5. And I'm so glad that we figured out we could also go back and close the links at any time. Oh, wait, yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. No, that's 4 now. Uh-oh, I just did 4. Okay, well, let's keep that one at 4 for right now. It's going to be an end one, and we'll see if we need to go back and add a link to it. Now that we know we can, but let's try to make these guys 5. Okay. All right, that's not the opening. Where's the opening? They've done a really good job on this chain that you don't really see the openings for your links, which is good. There we go. All right, so that's 5 and 5. So 4, 5. Let's do this one 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is it? I think it's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, I can't find these openings, which speaks well of the chain. Here we go. I think that's it. The pretty little etching design seems to kind of mask where these are opening. Okay, so here we go. So let's attach this next one. And I'm going to cut even more wire because I want to do more substantial wraps. Okay, so I'm going to allow a longer tail right here because I'm going to wrap it more, but I do want to go down again and make it a little bit bigger loop. I know, Megan, I love finding hidden things on the website. That's like a challenge of mine. So this is kind of fun. One of the things I do to find these things is I'll type in random words into the art bead search, like antique, vintage, just anything. Like even I'll type in the color name like aqua or jet, and I just go through and I see what pops up, because sometimes stuff will pop up that I've never seen before and have never tried to search before. So I'll do like really weird random searches just to see what will pop up. And that's how I sometimes find really cool things. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit more of a substantial wrap here. It's almost like a messy wrap, to be honest. It's just a bigger, more substantial wrap right there. Okay, let's add this pretty spacer, another beautiful bead, another spacer. Yes, so you could definitely mark your pliers if you wanted to do that. I know a lot of people do mark their pliers. You can use a permanent marker. It will stay on. What I've also seen people do who don't want to actually mark on their pliers but want to still have the mark is you can do painter's tape. You can put painter's tape onto your pliers and you can mark on the painter's tape. So I've also seen people do that who want those marks but don't want them permanent. Yep, tape on the outside. It's a fun little trick for sure. Okay, I'm gonna make this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one had 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this was the one. Okay. So if you can see what I'm doing here, I did all my wraps, but now I'm gonna go over those wraps again to make them a little heavier and more substantial. Okay, So this is what we have thus far. So this is how this is going to look before we add accents, because I do want to add dangles and other stuff. And how are we doing with length? Okay, we're okay so far. Excuse me. Okay, let's do another segment of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take this one off. I think I see the opening. Okay. And I'm going to go back right now. This one only had 4 because I miscounted. I'm going to put this link back onto this one so that it's just done up. And I love it that we can open and close these links. That's really handy. Okay, so here we go. Now we've got this one ready. So we're going to do one more link, and hopefully the sizing is going to be right. So if we do one more, and then we'll be able to add our clasp, and then we can start to add fun little dangles and such. Okay. And of course, I'm using my wire looping pliers. You can also use your round nose. I always want to let everyone know that it's my personal preference because I love these guys, but you can create all these designs with the round nose as well. Okay. All right, so we've got that nice heavier wrapping right there. So hopefully a pretty good shot of it. So I really did just go over my wrapping twice to kind of just make that heavier feeling. Okay. And now let's do the little end cap. Another pretty bead. And another end cap. And we have our cut length ready. So here's how this is looking. And this would even be a beautiful necklace if you wanted to take the time to do this, and you're definitely going to extend out this chain. So I started with 1 foot of chain, and you're seeing that we're getting a lot more length out of it because we're creating these beaded links, which is nice. Okay. Oh, hello, Marie. Happy Saturday before Christmas. So what is everyone doing today? Is everyone all ready? Gift spot? Everyone just ready to relax, or is it running around getting stuff done? I know I ran around yesterday. I had all the gifts for my in-laws, and I don't know why I left until the end, but I did one big shopping trip. Making cookies. I love it, Connie. What type of cookies? All right, so here is this length with 5 chain links between, and these beaded flower links as well. Almost still unpacking from the move. Oh, that's always a lot. I'm cleaning and decorating last minute gifts. I love it, Andy. Okay, so here is what we've got lengthwise. So it's a little short, but our clasp is kind of on the larger side. So let's see what happens when we add our clasp here. This is the one that we're going to use, and I'm going to attach it with a jump ring. Oh, good luck with your surgery, Giggles. December 24th for surgery. Oh my goodness. Best of luck. It's always so good when that comes and goes. Like when you've got that you have ahead of you, it's always nice once it's finally done. I definitely feel you for that one. Okay, so here we go. Once we've added the lobster, we're actually almost at the right length, if you can see right here. So I think what I'll do is I am going to add the bigger jump ring to be the other half of my lobster, and I'm going to see if this is going to be the right length or if we have to do like a little extender. so here we go. So we got the larger jump ring. We have the lobster. If I was to put this on, is this right? Actually, I think it is. Okay, let me actually put it on and see. Oh, Margaret, I am so sorry. That's no fun. Oh, yep, this is good for me. Okay, so here is the base bracelet. You can see all those links. Here is our clasp. And for me, I still have a bit of space here. So that actually is pretty perfect. Now this bracelet is fun because I feel like, if I can get it off, I think I put it on in a weird way here. Okay, there we go. So you could just call it good with a bracelet like this, especially if you're making and selling jewelry. I feel like this is a style that is really appealing to a lot of people. So you could stop right here, but we're not going to. We're going to add extras. So we're going to add some dangles. I've got a bunch of head pins right here waiting. So I've got a ton of copper head pins. And then I've got these beautiful beads here. We have these guys here as well, the lovely little gemstones. We have all these beads from this bead mix, including the little flowers right here, which are super sweet. I feel like they would be really cute on the end of a head pin. And then what else? So what are any of these calling to you guys? These might be a little bit big. I know I'm a fan of extra too. That's the thing, is like, I almost feel like you can look at a design and be like, okay, that's good, but what more can we do? So these are a little big, but they could be really pretty. Little dangles. And let's open them up. And then I think we wanted to use that gemstone in here too. So I'm going to open up the gemstone. And it is a very pretty little strand. The little flower with the pink gemstone on top. Let's do it. Good suggestion, Kat. All right, and it's going to look really pretty with the copper. Okay, so I've got a copper head pin and the round green ones in the mix. Oh, okay, there's the round. I think these ones, these little bit darker greens. These are like a little rondelle. There's also the flat rounds. We could do the flat rounds too. Love the pink gemstone. Ooh, the flat rounds. I think I really like the flat rounds with the colors here of that. Actually, these are nice too. Oh my gosh, they're all good. Okay, let's make some dangles. Okay, now I am looking at my head pin, and I think my head pin is too heavy of a gauge to go through that little gemstone. But I think I've got a thinner gauge one on my table. Let's see. So that is the one thing with gemstones, is sometimes their holes are very tiny. So here is a 24 gauge head pin. And I don't think I have this in the shopping cart because I didn't think I was going to use it. But if you're going to do a gemstone, you're probably going to have to do a 24 gauge with this one. So I don't know, Megan, if we have any 24 gauge antique copper head pins, but if we do, would you mind adding them to the cart? And then let's put the pretty little pink gemstone on top. And that's just a pretty little dangle by itself. Let's keep it at that. Let's do this one a little bit on the smaller side. And I'm kind of thinking of doing several dangles and then adding them with a jump ring to our bracelet. So let's just make the dangles. So I'm going to do this. And because this is a 24 gauge jump ring, a 24 gauge wire, I am going to make it a wrapped wire loop. Okay. And I'm going to tuck that tail. I definitely like this combo, so I'm going to do several of them. Oh my gosh, this is a hard one to tuck the tail. Okay. All right, so here is our first little dangle creation. It's the little flower from the Enchanted Garden mix with the pretty little pink gemstone on top. Think switching the flower and the gem. We can try that. Let's do that for the next one. So for the next one, let's do the little flower on, the little gemstone on the bottom, and let's do the flower on top because we get to play. So here's what it would look like reversed. So let's make a little dangle like that, because all your dangles don't have to match, which is fun. I think it makes it even better. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do that one. So maybe what we'll do, we got a lot to play with here. I'm just gonna start to lay these out. I want a couple more of those, so maybe I'll do one more of each. One on top, one on the bottom. And we are gonna give away this whole mix, this beautiful enchanted garden mix here in a little bit. So that someone's gonna get to play with that mix. And then let's do another bottom followed by the top. Yeah, it's a beautiful color on this gemstone. I find it's really hard to find nice pink gemstones, and the pink is going so well with the copper and the green. Okay, so there's our little wraps. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Oh, Megan, if you would please see if we have any 24 gauge antique copper head pins, because the thicker gauge is too thick to go through these pretty little gemstones. Thank you, Megan. All right, and so here we're going to do another one with the gemstone on top. Oh, and Linda's here too. Hello, Linda. Sorry, I think I missed you popping in. Oh, Laura. Okay, so the Rapid Loom is really neat. I know that Megan can put a link to the show that showed it. It's basically, I don't know if, I guess you'd call it a contraption where you string two parallel strands of like leather cord or some other type of cord between the two anchor points, and it keeps it suspended, and then you can wrap all these different wonderful things between it. So it's a really neat way of being able to do it, and I like to do it with button closures because I love buttons. So it's a really fun tool. All right, so why don't we do a total, I need 2 more of these. Okay. Oh, Andy, good call. I know at the holidays, things do sell out quickly. There was a couple other things I wanted to use today, and I was like, no, they're gone. They're sold out. All right. And I think this bracelet, I'm loving the antique copper. I think it would also be beautiful in that antique silver color too. I think even the exact same beads would look great with the antique silver. All right. So here we go. And then let's make another couple dangles to accent here, and then we're going to be able to put this all together and make the finished bracelet. But of course you could add more dangles, you could add charms, you can do whatever you like here. All right, so what should we do for another dangle? So I've got 6 of these. So we see kind of laid out here, we're gonna have 6 of these kind of fun, flirty little flowers. And then we can put more dangles with these. Any preference as to which beads? So I've got these guys, so we could do bigger ones. I do love these as well. And maybe we should do a couple of these. And this one I think is going to be fine with the heavier gauge. Yes, this one's fine with the heavier gauge. So we could do this, and I still have some of these little bead caps, these little copper bead caps. Maybe it'd be fun to incorporate them as well. And the small dark green and the yellow. Let's do all of them. Let's do all of them. The yellow, because it doesn't have to be the same on each. So let's do a couple of these. The longer dangle. You might hear little ones in the background. Well, it's Saturday, so of course they're home, but they are now officially on break. So I've definitely got the kiddos home with me over the next couple weeks, which is good. We'll have fun. Okay. Bead cap on the ends of the bluish green. Ooh, that'd be pretty. So we could do bead caps on either of these. I think that'd be really pretty. Let's do them on both just to see. Here you go. Yes, they're so excited. Oh, thank you. Me too. Oh my gosh. That was a strong illness we all were dealing with. I don't know what it was, but it apparently hit the whole school too. Because I went and I volunteered yesterday in my son's classroom, and there were 7 out of 22 kids missing. So everybody got hit. Okay, having a hard time cutting that. There we go. Yeah, I like those little end caps. They're very sweet. So if you see, that just adds a little something. So Twix, I don't know where she is. She might be in with my husband in his office. He's home working here. All right. Oh, I'm liking all the different styles of dangles. I think it's really pretty. So now let's do one of these beads with that yellow. Wow, Karen, your team doesn't get off till Tuesday. My goodness. Oh, cyber school. Yeah, I've heard sometimes the schedules can be a little bit different. But are they more flexible as well? Because I was kind of under the impression that they might be a little bit more flexible as well. Oh, and thank you for the reminder, Megan. Up to 10% off all fire polish plus a gift with purchase. We love gift with purchases. All right. We're going to do probably 3 more dangles. We're going to attach them with jump rings. Then our bracelet's going to be done. And then we're going to do our giveaway. Oh, I like all the different dangles. I'll hold this up close once we get a little further here. But it's fun to see just the different dangles all playing together. It's nice to have this bead mix. Okay. Oh my gosh. What would Twix's superpower be? Well, she is very, very good at getting people to do what she wants already. You know what? I think her superpower is healing. I think she's a very calming cat who really just helps with stress and helps with anxiety. So I think that should be a healing. That would be her superpower. Okay, and there's another one of these guys. I'm just kind of spreading them out so they're not all the same dangle together. And then let's do this one with another copper bead cap. Yeah, the flat round beads are neat, and they're a great color too. Megan, are these called dime beads? Is that what these guys are called, these little flat rounds? Yeah, I really like them too. Yep, okay, she said they're called dime beads. Yeah. And our little wraps. And tuck. Okay, and this one, so I've got This one's gonna go right here. Last one is gonna be one more of these kind of darker greens. These colors are so pretty together. Oh, thank you, Santa Barbara girl. I like the dangles too. It's really fun to play with all these different beads. And we ended up using 3 beads from the mix. So that's nice. Okay, last dangle, then we're going to connect everything together. So I think we do have some dime beads. Megan, do we have that color of dime bead sold separately? Or would you mind providing a link just for dime beads? Because they're kind of an unusual bead, but they're very easy to work with. Okay, our last little dangle right here. And then let's just use some jump rings. So I have a couple different jump rings in the shopping cart as well. I have a little bit of different thicknesses. So just different gauges. I think I'm gonna go with a little bit heavier one, just because I feel like this chain link is that heavier chain. So I feel like in this case, we can go with heavier findings. So let me do that. And we're just gonna link these guys all up. They were from a special Megan stash. Megan has the best stashes. All right, so we've got these two right here. We're just gonna link them onto a jump ring, and they've got nice wrapped wire loops, so they are not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna link it now on to the link we made. So I'm gonna link it to the end link of one of the flower links. And let's close that on up. Okay, so let's see what that looks like before we go any further. Oh, that'll be pretty. That'll be nice. That'll give us lots of movement. Okay, next one. We're just gonna go down the row. And then I wanna hold it up against the postcard when we're done, just so we can see. And I think the little lady in the postcard would have liked this bracelet. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Yes, you could definitely add an extender chain. Let me link this up and then I can show you how to do that, because you can actually just make an extender chain from the supplies that we have here. So we can actually do that. Okay, so yay, all these pretty little dangles. Very romantic here. This is just a really pretty, soft, romantic bracelet. So let's do that. Let's add an extender chain at the end here. Okay. Ooh, that is a good question. How much would you charge for this online? What do you guys think? The first number that comes to mind to me is 40. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's always hard with pricing. 42? What would you guys? Oh, an extender chain with a toggle clasp. How would you do an extender chain with a toggle clasp? Because you've got that toggle bar component. I'm not sure how to do that. I'd have to think on that one. 40, 45, 40, 35 to 45. Okay, so I think we're all right in there. Yeah, that's what I think. I think 35, 45, somewhere in that range, I think would be good. Megan's saying definitely above 40. Well, and what's nice too is kind of the more of your, if you're making and selling jewelry, of course, you're always looking at the cost of your supplies, right? You're able to use this chain and extend it out a lot with those flower links, because I still have a ton of chain left for another project. So that's, you know, really nice when you're thinking about what you're putting into your piece versus what you're selling it for. So that's nice to know that you would be able to make multiple projects out of 1 foot of chain. Okay, let's keep adding. Yeah, so the cost of the gemstones, absolutely. But hopefully you would be making multiple projects with them, because we only use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We use 6 gemstones total, but you have what I imagine is, I can't quick count this, over 100 more, maybe 200. I'm not sure how many are on a strand. But you've got so many more. But yeah, gemstones do up the price for your customer too, because then what you can say is you can say not only like beautiful check glass beads, but you can say gemstones and check glass beads, which will also up your price, which is nice. Oh, my chimes. Okay, one more set of dangles to attach, and then we are technically done. But I do want to just quickly address the extender chain, because I think that's a really nice idea, and it's going to be really, really easy to do with the supplies that we have here. And then we do have our giveaway coming. Giveaway is almost here, probably about 5 more minutes, maybe less. Oh, that's a nice idea, Debbie. So Debbie's saying, I think it'd be pretty as a double bracelet, but the other one just being chain. Yes, that would be really pretty. All right. Now, one thing I just kind of noticed is I wasn't paying too close attention to which side of my dangle or my link I put the dangles on. So I'm not sure if I got them all on the same side. But here is our finished bracelet without the extender chain. So you can see what this looks like with all of those pretty dangles. The heavier wrapping is really nice. I like the heavier wrapping a lot. I do like the little flower beads as well. I think the flower beads are really unique and they go so well with that bead. But there is our bracelet. Now let's say you wanted to put a small little extender chain on this as well. Super easy. I would just make yourself a chain out of the same jump rings that we were using for the project, so you don't have to buy anything more. So I would just open, and let's make sure this one's closed. So I would probably, after the show, go back and look up close and make sure all my jump rings are fully closed, because I know I kind of struggle with that sometimes, especially on camera here. It's a little hard for me to see. All right, so open and closed. And then we're gonna do another one. And we're just gonna put it to one of our closed ones. So we're making ourselves a little bit of a homemade chain right here out of jump rings. Now, if you have another little pretty antique copper chain, you can definitely use it. But this is something you can do with the supplies that you already have for this project, so you don't have to get anything else. Yeah, I love the copper and the turquoise too, and the aqua, just really pretty. Okay, let's do one more. And then also you wanna make sure that, I think this is gonna work fine, but whatever jump rings you're using or whatever chain you're using, you wanna make sure that your clasp can go through it. And this can, so this fits fine on here. Now you could also just use these bigger ones too, if you just wanted to use the bigger ones as well. So you have lots of options here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do just one more to connect it to my other half of my clasp. And then we have to put a dangle on it because we can't do an extender chain without a dangle. All right, so here I'm just putting it onto the big jump ring that was the other side of my lobster. So this will give us just a little bit of extra length, like another inch. Or not quite an inch, but yeah, almost an inch. So this is now on the other side. And then we absolutely need a dangle. So let's do a deluxe dangle. All right, so we're gonna do the gemstone bead on the bottom. We're going to do the pretty little flower bead. Then we're gonna do this pretty little bead, followed by the copper. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty. So we got the little gemstone, the flower, that bigger bead, and the copper. And we're gonna make this into a wrapped wire loop. And this will also give you something to hold on to when you're trying to put your bracelet on, which is also really handy. Okay, so do our wraps. And then I can just open up that jump ring, or I'll just put a new jump ring on because it's just an extender chain. Yay, thank you for the hearts. It's fun that we were able to do an extender chain with this project too. All right, so then it just goes on the end of the extender chain. And we're done. So there is our there's our bracelet with those pretty little flower links, all of our little dangles, that antique chain. And then you can either secure it right here or anywhere down here, and this gives you that other extension, so you can have it be an extra inch. So there is our finished bracelet. Here was our inspiration right here. Let's see, let me undo this. Oh, thank you guys. So here was our little lady who inspired this whole thing. And there is the bracelet for her. So I think it matches quite well. I like it. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I like the extender chain. I'm glad we talked about that. So really pretty, really fun. Okay, guys, we're going to do the giveaway now. Thank you, guys. Just that reminder, everything that I'm using here is there in that shopping bag. So if you wanted to see the sizing, the color names, all that good stuff, it's right there. Oh, thank you, guys. I like it. My colors, antique copper paired with that pretty aqua colors and turquoise. But like I said, I think you could do these exact same colors with the antique silver, because that chain does come in antique silver as well. So I think you could really have fun doing that as well if you wanted not the copper, but the silver. All right, guys, this is our giveaway. It's beautiful. So it is 100 grams. So when you get it, it'll come in a pack like this. So you have to be here on Art Beads to enter to win. I'm going to ask a question in just a minute. First correct answer put into the comments wins. So get ready to type. You have to be here on Art Beads though, because we can't be checking Facebook and YouTube and Art Beads all at the same time. So you got to be here on Art Beads. So if you're over on one of those other platforms, pop on over. There's a link in the description of your video. The silver chain, when we started the show, was still available. There was also a bright silver and a gunmetal. So for this antique style chain, there were several different finishes. So hopefully Megan can put the link up there or flash up the banner for us as well. All right, guys, wait until I say go on this one. We are going to do the random number. So we're going to we have a number. It's between 1 and 100. First person who puts into the comments here on Art Beads the correct number wins this beautiful enchanted garden mix. All right, guys, go. A number between 1 and 100, random number. So first one. I love these ones. Oh my gosh, and it's so fast. Megan's gonna have to really be looking. All right, they've gone so fast, I actually don't know if it's come up yet or not. I'm going to say keep guessing, everyone, because Megan hasn't flagged anything yet. So keep on guessing. Oh, congrats to our winner. Oh no, Megan's comment went too fast. Megan, can you pin your comment? We do have a winner. Carolyn in Oregon, congratulations. So if you could please send an email to support@artbeads.com. Attention, Michelle. You will win these beautiful beads. Congratulations, Carolyn.
Good job.
Oh, you can probably hear I have a helper here now. He has ventured out to help. Congratulations. These are really beautiful. They're so fun to work with. So I hope you have lots and lots of fun with them. They're beautiful, beautiful greens. Love these. So they'll be really fun. Oh, yep. My son loves them too. All right. Oh, I think he just took one. All right. Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to pop up. Oh, yeah. All right, sweetheart, I need my chair. Okay. All right, I'm going to pop up the camera. The number was 99. So congratulations, Carolyn. Oh, no, he's trying to steal the beads. He likes those beads. He's mischievous right now. All right. Hooray. Okay, I'm going to pop the camera up, guys. Oh, thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great Saturday, a great weekend. That quick reminder, if you have anything in your shopping cart, to make sure you check out. I know things are selling out at the holidays, so just if there's anything you want, make sure you grab it. There is that gift with purchase right now with every order as well, so that's super fun. Oh, thank you, Marilyn and Tanya and Marie. Thank you for joining me. Oh, he's stealing more beads. He's here in the background. He's running off with that citrus blend. I guess it's my fault that my kids love beads, so that's a good thing. All right, thank you, Megan and PJ. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see everyone next week. Bye. Oh, thank you, Linda. This one I'm definitely going to wear a lot. I love the colors. Those were those rectangles from that previous show. I know he just keeps stealing beads, guys. You guys can't see this, but he keeps stealing beads. All right, take care. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great weekend. A wonderful Christmas if I don't get to see everyone before that. Merry Christmas. Bye. Oh, oh, he's coming on.